Please hold. Your call is important to us. Please hold. Your call is important to us.
Here's my question. What is weirder? Is it the person that admits their most intimate sexual behaviour to a stranger? Or the stranger that asks the weird, dirty questions? It's the stranger. Let's meet one now. It's the Director of BehaviourWorks Australia, Liam Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Liam, how are you?
How are you?
Welcome to the Comedy Festival.
Thank you.
Liam, you've done a lot of research in your career. Ever done any weird sexual research?
We do one study, Geoff, where we asked people about internet use, and the person that did the research said it's surprising how honest people were about their internet use.
So they use the internet to watch movies?
Yeah.
With little dialogue and not much plot?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, can we do an experiment now?
Yeah, let's do an experiment.
Because I have no qualifications. That's not true. I have a Diploma of Arts, Dramatic Arts from 35 years ago, which qualifies you for Jack. But Liam's a professor, okay? So under strict clinical conditions, we're going to do an experiment now. Elliot, can I have the lights up a little bit here? We're going to divide the room in half. So this side is Liam's side and this side is my side. So if you're on Liam's side, put your hands up. And if you're on my side, put your hands up. The experiment is, I'm just going to say go, and then there'll be silence. And what I want you to do is to put your hands up when you find the silence a little bit weird, okay? So there'll be silence, and just when you go, I've had enough. Okay, so the only difference between Liam's side and my side is my side are going to do it with your eyes closed. Yeah? Why would you say, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so close your eyes, my side. Everyone close your eyes, and go. Okay, leave your hands up in the air. Leave your hands up in the air. You can see that the closed-eyed people, there's more hands than the open-eyed people. Give yourselves a round of applause for that experiment.
Geoff, that's very interesting, but what is...
No one walks around like this at my hospital.
So what were you testing, Geoff? What was
I was testing the idea that we are basically uncomfortable with silence and we seek distraction, okay? So where's my doctorate?
Geoff, 2 reasons I can't give you a doctorate. Number 1, you'd be known as Dr. Pain. Number 2, that wasn't scientific at all.
Oh, it was so scientific. There was a control group. There was like, have you heard of a double blind? There was like a 50 blind experiment there. I was scientific as.
So what was it all about?
It was about proving the idea, well, trying to prove the idea that we respond a little bit differently depending on whether we can see what other people are doing. And in this case, we got more people responding because they couldn't see what everyone else was doing. That's called responder bias, and that's a thing. The person who can explain it better than me is Liam.
So that's right, Geoff. We do have this thing called the Hawthorne effect, which is basically when people see other people or they know they're being watched in an experiment, that they changes their behaviour. They behave differently. But that still wasn't a very good experiment. I guess there's a few problems with it. One, you didn't randomise the people, we just split them down the middle.
They're pretty random.
It's a pretty small sample size. And, you know, ideally you'd want to see if the effects last over time, a longitudinal study.
All right. Can we call it a shortitudinal study?
You can call it a shortitudinal.
Can we do another one? Is that okay? Can we do another one? This one's another poll. So go back to your phones now, and the question is, what would you rather do for $50 to win a quick 50? Okay, you got 2 choices. You can bet $5 on your hopeless team. What's a hopeless team? Carlton, obviously. 90% chance of losing, or you buy a lottery ticket with a 10% chance of winning because there's only 10 people, only 10 tickets. And you bought one for $5. So what would you rather do? A or B? Go with it. Nice work. What's going on there?
So humans tend to be fairly averse to losses, and that first question asked whether we'd like to lose money. We hate losing. I guess for a long time, if our team loses, it's them and they lost. But if our team wins, we won.
We won.
So we like to own that. So we hate losing, and in fact, in a 50-50 bet, to win the same, if it was an even bet of winning and losing the same amount of money, most people wouldn't take the bet because they think about the loss. In fact, you have to double the amount of winning before people will take the bet.
Right. Okay. So that's kind of a heuristic, is that what we call it?
Yeah, so these things that you've talked about today, things like the defaults on your mobile phone and the norming, we saw all my side watching each other, no one stuck their hands up, so no one wanted to stick their hands up. And loss aversion, they're just traits that most people have, they're part of our makeup, and mobile companies know about them,
right,
and they abuse us.
Right. And so humans have kind of defaults as well. We've got default settings.
Exactly.
Okay. And science without evidence is called...
Scientology.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Smith. Will you thank Liam? Thank you so much. Nice work. And medicine without evidence is called homeopathy. Anyway. All right. Some homeopaths in the room. Go suck an onion if you will. Anyway.